Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your location. I'm here tonight with my friend Kenneth Conrad. Conrad is also a GMT speaker, coach, and trainer. Tonight, we're going to be looking at the topic leadership and vision boarding. Leadership and vision boarding. So, Ken, please, Conrad. So, please, just you're looking well tonight. Can you
Yeah,
please
thank you
introduce
so much.
yourself? Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Conrad Kene Agaba. I'm
Okay.
a facilitator with the John Maxwell team, and I'm privileged to be on this platform with my very inspirational friend and coach, Goke Omotola. Thank you.
You're welcome. So tell us about yourself. Who is Conrad? Who is Conrad?
Yeah, Conrad is a very simple person. I have a family. I'm married with three kids. I live in Abuja, and I'm very, very focused on helping people grow. Seeing that people reach their potential because I believe we are all unique. We all have unique potentials and abilities in us, and most of all, we agree that we have not gotten to that level. We are always growing. We always have room above us to grow, and I'm very, very, I come alive when I help people, reach their potential, you know, because we can be, do, and have more. Like one of my mentors said, yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Conrad, I just want to salute you. I want to celebrate you. I've known you for a couple of years, and I see the spirit of resilience that you have and the character that you have as well. We're showing up together on the same platform. It's something I so much cherish, and I trust that even for those who are going to be listening in, they're going to be blessed tonight. So you're going to be looking at the topic leadership and vision boarding. Can you speak to that? What is the difference between leadership and vision boarding? I mean, vision. What is the leadership difference between leadership and vision,
Yeah, yeah,
or what are the similarities?
yeah,
If I might add, yes.
yeah, yeah. I mean, leaders, a leader, you can't have a true leader without someone. What makes a leader is actually someone that sees, that has a vision, someone that has a vision of the future, that has a big picture mindset. A
Yeah.
leader, can't walk alone. He needs followers. He needs people. If you are, John Maxwell says this way, a leader that is, alone is on a stroll or taking a walk, So what you see in a leader, you see people following him. And the reason people follow leaders is because they have a vision that they've seen ahead and they've been able to inspire people with that vision to go along with them in accomplishing that purpose. Yeah.
Okay. So now this thing about vision boarding. What is vision boarding about? What's it? Can you just speak to it,
Yeah.
please?
Yeah. Vision boarding. Like, let me go back to there's a book by John C. Maxwell called 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. In that very book, John talks about the law of picture. He says that people do what people see. People do what people see.
Mm.
So, in other words, for for people to follow a leader
Yeah.
to accomplish a purpose, you have to help them see.
Mm.
It's vital that they see because we don't think in words, we think in pictures as human beings. That's how we are wired.
Okay.
We think in pictures, and our ability to communicate a message, a purpose, a something that we are inspired with, our ability to communicate it is to be able to get the people to see where we are
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
And for them to see it, the law of picture is a very, very ideal, you know, law that explains the purpose of vision boarding.
Mm.
Vision board as well is just a collection of images, that describe where we want to go to. So it's a tool. It's a tool that aids us to paint the picture of where we are going, so that we can be inspired and other people can be inspired with it as well.
Wow. Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Awesome. Awesome. Now I want you to. What does vision boarding? What does it do for the average person? If you're able to have a vision board.
Yeah. What it does for you, the average person, is this. You know, it brings motivation. It inspires.
Hmm.
It's something that helps you refocus your life. Sometimes, especially in this season and this time, there are many voices, many distractions. Things are going on around the world. The news media brings in things that can really take us out of our path that we know we should follow in life, and needs around us. So when we have a vision board, it helps us to refocus. It points a picture. Like you have a vision board, sometimes you look at it and remember, this is where I'm going to, this is what I am called to do. I still have something in the future, in the horizon, and I need to refocus. It helps us refocus. It helps us stay motivated. It helps us, begin with the end in mind. Steve Covey, says in a book called The Seven Highly Effective Habits of Successful People. Seven, I'm trying to, the name is mixing up right now, but it talks about a principle, begin with the end in
In
mind.
mind. Yeah.
Yeah, so when we have a picture of the future, it helps us to start from that place.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what it does for us. It helps us also to feel good, because something in this book by Dr. Maxwell Maltz, he talks about that the system of a man cannot differentiate between a real experienced thing or something that is imagined.
Hmm.
So it helps us feel good when we start creating that vision. We can see our vision clearly on a vision board. It helps us feel like we're already there. It helps us experience the success before it really manifests. Yeah, that's
Hmm.
one of the yeah things. It encourages positive habits as well. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So, now what has been your experience? I mean, in terms of leadership. I mean, your journey in terms of leadership. Can you just share with us? You
Yeah.
know,
Yes, I can
your
share.
journey. Yeah.
I will tell you something. My brother, I can tell you this categorically. When I was growing up, I was shy to come out to the front. I was the person. I wasn't the person that looked like somebody who will be, you know, moving towards this direction.
Hmm.
Um, but something happened. That was after finished my first degree. I joined a particular group when I was living in Germany,
Yeah.
and I decided to join to mingle. I wanted to get used to the system because it was a new language. I needed to blend into the society. And in school, I decided, let me join something that will get me into the social. Where for people, get social, get to know the people, get to
Yeah.
mix up with more people, and I joined ISEC. A friend
Okay.
introduced me to ISEC.
Okay.
Yeah,
Isaac International.
yeah.
Okay.
Introduced me to ISEC, and I decided to join ISEC. I was very new in the country. I really didn't. I was getting to know the language. I wasn't that good at that time, and I joined ISEC. It was inspiring because it's a group about leaders who were pursue some projects, and mainly to give people exchange opportunities, members in other countries to go into other countries and have internship experiences. So in that I joined a team called Incoming Exchange. So that team was responsible to match applicants or TNs, SNs with TNs. So match them with organizations for internship. I was in that. I was one of the newest in the team. I remember the first time I went for a conference. Even to introduce myself, speak in the public, it was very difficult. I was
Wow.
jittery. I
Wow.
was shaking, but I determined to go with it, go all the way. And in the process, one day it was time for a new appointment, new election to be done for new leaders to take over. And in my team, I seemed like I was the next person everyone wanted me to go in. And I decided, okay, let me go. And that was the first time I gave a public speech or a political speech. And it seemed like something kick-started in me. And I gave a speech that I was surprised with me as well. I was surprised with myself that people came and said this seemed like sounded like a political speech, and I did it in a foreign language, not in English. So,
Wow. What
and
language was that?
that
What
was
language?
that was German. That's German language.
Okay. So
So,
you speak
uh,
German? You speak German language?
yeah, German
Wow.
language. Yes,
Wow.
yes, I
Okay.
speak German.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was how I launched into that position as the vice president of Incoming Exchange at that time. I was leading a 12-man team. With me, we were 13. And it was a mixture of different cultures, backgrounds. I had Indians, I had a Korean, South Korean in the team, I had Germans. And in the executive board, I was also together with some Germans, and that was my first experience. And I remember, as a Nigerian, I still had this authoritative thing, African authoritative thing. You want to tell you, well, this is what to do, this is what to do, let's do this, let's do this. But some of these people outside our culture, they don't understand that. I met a lot of opposition. People told me that this is not authoritative leadership. You need to influence people. So I was already running into problem, at the beginning. So I decided to, leaders are good listeners. That's one thing. And I
Wow.
decided to talk to somebody, one of my executive board members, and I talked with her, and I said, "This is what I'm facing.
Wow.
I need help." And
Wow.
and she actually said, "Okay, can do this, do that, do this. Organize a meeting, get people in, give them opportunity to speak." And that was the breakthrough. By
Hmm.
listening, I was able to learn, and by learning, I was able to chart the course. I was able to lead them, and we had a milestone every 6 months. We are expected to match a minimum of three people from different countries, and in that 6 months, we were able to match six. We were able to double it. We had people from China, we had people from Indonesia, we had people from Switzerland, and matching people includes helping them with the visa processing, helping them find accommodation, helping them with health insurance, helping them with so many things. And that was my first experience of leadership. And that experience set the pace for me and has led me so far, in many great places, in organization, in my church. I've played some leadership roles. As a family man, you require in the family system leadership. You really learn leadership in the grassroots level.
Wow.
And yeah, leadership journey. I come from as well. This is something I don't really say so much outside, but you brought me out on the stage. My late dad was a traditional ruler, you know,
Wow.
and yeah, when he passed on to glory, we have a culture that requires that the first son must step in as a regent for some time before the community is ready for the next person. And yeah, I experienced that as well, dealing with classic
Wow.
people.
Wow. 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 So we can call you an experienced leader.
To God be the glory. I think that those are opportunities that have come our way, and yes, I
Wow.
don't take it.
Wow. Massive. Massive. Now, how did you?
Appreciate
I
it.
mean, you speak German. How come you speak German the German language so fluently?
Yeah, it was also that's also one of the process of leadership. I know going there, I I determined I was going to learn it. It was hard because it's like today you listening to Chinese and Chinese, just listening to Chinese, it sounds so foreign. I remember going there, but I was determined to learn. I was determined to take the big leap. I remember the first time I stepped in, I lived for about 6 to 7 months with a German family, with
Wow.
a man and a wife who were already, they were over 80 years. The man was over 80 years. The wife was about 70 something, close to 80. They
Wow.
speak very, very, very little English. I speak very little German. So communication had to be the hard way. I tried to communicate with my hands. I tried to communicate with anything I can use, but it was challenging. It was stretching. Leaders must stretch. One of the laws of growth is, law of rubber band. You must stretch. It stretched me beyond limits. I was in language school. I had to throw myself into the cold water. Germans have this adage that says, like, like they call it in kaltes Wasser werfen, like being thrown into cold water. You must struggle. You must find a way to swim out of that cold water. That was my experience there. I, that experience was very, very encouraging, challenging, but very encouraging. At the end of the day, I remember, sir, I've already finished my middle level in German language process, and I had an application. I got an admission, and on going to the school, they told me your German language proficiency is not enough,
Wow.
and and but there's an opportunity for you. In 10 days, you are going to write an exam. Sorry. Oh wow.
Wow.
Can you
Well,
get my voice? Can you get my voice? The power out a little bit right now.
well, we can get your voice. We can get your voice.
Can you hear
Maybe,
my
yeah, we can hear your voice. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do something right now. Hold on 1 minute.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. I mean, we've been listening to Kenneth uh,
Yes, sorry,
yeah, Conrad has been speaking on leadership and vision boarding, and it's amazing. He has so much depth. I mean, the fact that you can also speak a language apart from English. I'm so fascinated because quite a number of us,
yeah,
apart from the English language that we can speak and our native language, we're not able to speak
yeah,
other languages. But how long were you in Germany
yeah.
for?
I was there for about 6 years, sir. I was there for
Wow, wow.
6 years. Yeah,
So what did you
yeah.
study?
I studied information and communication tech.
Wow, 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 wow.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I studied.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
so taking us back to this, leadership and vision boarding. What are
Yes, sir.
some of the ways a leader can use the vision board to achieve, amazing results?
Yeah, leaders can use it in their business. You can use it for any area of your life. Business, finances, any area that you can set a goal around. You can create a vision for that future. You can paint a picture of it by putting a picture out there on a vision board that will help you go from where you are to where you need to be. And that's one of the things I feel. One of the ways is put it to practice for your team. You can have vision boards for your team, depending at the level where you are. You can have vision board for any area of your life that you can draw a goal for. I think that's very critical.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. No, so what has it done for you? I mean, practically, from experience, what has it done? You using
Yes,
a vision board,
I
what
can.
has it done? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's not a magic thing. No. Vision board is not a magic thing. It's not like you put it on the vision board, the thing manifests tomorrow or today. No.
Okay.
It's about, we are beings that, like I said in the beginning, we think in pictures, and whatever can get into our imagination and stay there and sink into our subconscious begins to drive actions. Like now, sometimes this. I'll give an example. Maybe you like this type of car or this type of thing, and you get it, and you think what you have is a, maybe, let me say, a brown or golden Mercedes Benz, and you get it, you drive, you think that car, that color that you own is so unique, and all of a sudden when you have it, you start seeing it all over the place. Do you understand? You see, it's something that helps you when we can see things that to a point where it's very clear in our imagination. It
Mm.
begins to drive our actions. It begins to, that's where creativity comes out. And that's how God wired us. I'm a person of faith, and I'm going to relate it to faith right now. Because you see Abraham was one that founded a community. You can liken it to a corporation, a corporate leader, right? Someone that found a corporation, or somebody that found, you can link it to whatever. But see, God had a purpose for him, but God had to make him see. God not call him outside and say, come on, come on. If you look at Genesis 15:5, he called it, come on, look at the stars. See, I will multiply, your seed shall be like this. I want you to start seeing the stars. I want you to see the sand. I want you to be able to imagine like the stars. So shall your seed be. He had to see. God, it wasn't about talking. He needed to see a picture. He needed something he could attribute to where he was going. He needed an image to see. And you could see so many places. In Proverbs 18:18, it says, where there is no vision, the people perish. So not having a vision, it's a recipe for failure already.
Wow.
When you don't have a vision, a vision board helps you to intentionally put that picture on a physical thing, so you can see it. Look at, sir, Jacob did something. Even with animals, he had an idea to reproduce animals in a very special way, reproduce some special kind of animals. When he brings them to feed or drink, or when they're about to meet, he will create stripes on some kind of branches and put it there. And whenever they mated and reproduced, they reproduce according to that time. They had stripes on them. In that way, he multiplied. There's a principle about seeing. God said about in Genesis 11. He said, whatever they have imagined to do, you can't stop them from doing it. You can't. So if God wired us that way, our imagination should be so powerful. So our ability to create what we desire on, kind of pictorial forms empowers our achievement and our accomplishment. Yeah.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
Now, I know that for children, they learn faster with the visuals. They watch videos. They watch, they learn more through pictures. Is it the same for adults as well?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, as well. We are not different from adults. You see, they say that we are encouraged to pick up our childhood, dream like children. People tell us, leaders, mentors we know from mentors that we should learn to dream big like children. We should learn to dream like children, see beyond our present situations and circumstances. And vision board is an intentional way of really seeing beyond our present circumstances and situations.
Yeah. Now, if you have pictures, you
asked about my experience of it as well. I think you asked that question.
Yeah. Now, if you have pictures all over your bedroom, of huge structures, beautiful buildings, and so on and so forth, is that the end of it? So you wake up in the morning and see, and that you go to bed. Will things begin to happen?
No. That's what I said. I said it's not a magic thing. It's something when you say, and then when you back it up with, affirmations that help you, own it. Do you understand? Own it. I am doing this, I'm doing that. And then you begin to see what is the step I can take today to take me closer to this vision, to this picture. What can I do today to get me a step closer?
Wow.
So it's key to see first, own it, and then begin to ask yourself questions. How can I get closer? What is the next possible step? Our vision is always going to be bigger than we are. It's going to be bigger than we are. It's bigger than our finances can get it right now. The capacity we have in every area can get it right now. but we need to be able to ask ourselves, what can I do right now that will
mm,
get me a step closer? And when I take that step, I move a little closer. And that's where we begin to attract opportunities,
mm.
resources that will get us closer and closer to that place where we want to get to.
Wow. So, I mean, does goal setting have anything to do with vision boarding?
Yeah, goal setting is the foundation of vision boarding. Actually, is the
Wow.
foundation. It's important that you first of all see your vision board. I actually have an ebook I created that helps people, takes people through that process, and that process. Maybe you can share the link or something here.
Okay.
If that, yeah. So and then people can really check it out. It gives you some 8 steps to achieving your dreams, activating your
Amazing.
dreams.
Amazing.
And some of them is first of all, I talked about being able to dream big, being able to just sit down and just dream. Just dream. Just think about, what do I want in the next 5 to 10 years? Where am I going? Where have I visited? What have I who have I impacted? How has my life been? What do I drive? Where have I visited? What experiences? Just write anything, just begin to write, just begin to dream on. I encourage
Wow.
people to have a list of maybe 50 to 100. Just dream on, just dream, just dream big. That's when we dream big, you know it's what we're wired for. Like children, they dream big. Children, as children, they tell you, I will be this, I will be that, I will be this. Just dream on. Have that dream big mentality, and then come down to refocus those dreams, to
Mm,
narrow it down to the next 1 year. What are the most important things I need? Narrow it down to those areas, those maybe 10 or something. Narrow it down to 10, and then I advise 10, and then but in that 10, find a way to create balance in your life. You have a spiritual life, not just focusing on one area, but have balance in spiritual life, your faith walk, your family, your relationships, and any other area, personal growth, career or business growth, or any other area of our life, where we begin to set goals in those critical areas of our life, because we need balance. There's no need, it makes no sense for somebody to succeed in career and get sick because they weren't taking care of their body, or your spiritual life is defaulting, or your marriage is defaulting. That's you are really not a success. One thing that for me defines success is that when we have harmony around our lives. And so we have to set goals around those areas, and then when we set those goals, we have to draw it down, narrow it down to the most important few, like maybe 3 or 4, the immediate 3 or 4 that we pursue. How do I identify that immediate 3 or 4? It's, well, first of all, asking, which a goal is it that when I achieve, it becomes easy for me to achieve the next one. And
mm.
when I be able to say, this is this one, if I achieve this one goal, it becomes easier for me to get to. Then you ask yourself the same question for the second: what is the next goal that when I achieve enables me and get the other one? And that's how I do to I get the first 3. That's where we really focus on the first 3 and stay there. When we begin to achieve them, we begin to see that in achieving those goals, we will be able to get to the other ones. At this moment, I want to just share something. Maybe I've told you this. I actually created a planner,
Okay.
and I created a planner, and this planner really helps us see some of these things. Really,
Mm,
really, it's just fresh from the press, actually, and too late. But then it helps some of these things I'm saying here. It captures them. Like, for example, this thing's called, what I talk about, dream big. You have a list where you can dream big, where you can put your core goals here. You can write list out, just begin to dream big, have them in a paper. And then
amazing.
it captures things like your 5 goal, 5 plan. It captures those things. It captures things like where you can ask yourself intentional questions to be able to clarify your dreams. Brings it down to the key to draw balance, brings it down to these core elements that I talked about: faith, finance, and every other area. And then we begin to draft it down, and then you begin to plan out in goal cards like this. Each step, what are the things I can do to get there? And beyond that, it gets into the months as well, where you begin each month has a category, and when you plan your month, and then you plan your weeks of each month, and these are the things that help us. It also has a small vision board in front of it. You
Wow.
understand? Where you can
Wow.
put vision boards on. So
Wow.
your
Wow.
core 10 visions you put here. It's really fresh from
Wow.
a very
Amazing.
good aid. Focus at the end of each month. You'll be able to have a reflection page where you have a chart here where you can draw harmony. All these charts, you can be able to chart and see if my life was in harmony this month, if it was in
Wow.
harmony, and it goes like this till the end of the year. It has that's I call it my beyond boundary planner. And
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
it's
Wow. Wow. Amazing.
yeah,
Amazing.
it's one of
Conrad,
the products you
you are really showing up big time. I want us to salute Conrad. If you're on the platform, just say thank you, Conrad. Because we need to celebrate our own. For so long, we just look and say, oh, there's nobody there out there. But I mean, I salute you for coming out here. You're not just coming out to share about vision boards, but you also have, something that's been documented, something that's now become, written, clearly written for others to also to follow. The scripture says that write down the vision and make it plain. You have written down the vision now, and no, is this planner? Is it free? Is it free of charge, or are you? Is it
no,
is it
it's not
is
free
it?
of charge. It's for sale. When people can yeah, people can order right. It's not free. It's not free of charge, sir.
Okay, okay.
Right now, it's actually not free. It's the price in the market now is 5,000 naira. But for
Wow.
anybody on the platform, you're laughing. Anybody on the platform can really pre-order one right now, and in about a week it should be ready, done, and then I can give it to anyone on the platform at 4,000 naira, and that's
Oh,
very good.
okay. Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. I thought you are here to just show generosity. I didn't know that you're also
Hello.
here
Yeah.
to also add value to your pocket. But it's okay. I mean, um, is this the link that is on the screen for your book? Is this the link?
Yeah, we need to.
Yeah, I'm saying, is this the link?
The link here gets the link on the screen gets you to the free ebook we've created. Yes, this is a link to the free ebook that people can really download that helps us. Yeah,
Wow, 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 wow. Massive, massive.
yeah. This is
I've
a
been
link to the ebook. Yes,
okay.
yes.
Well, we've been talking with Conrad. Conrad is my fellow John Maxwell team coach, speaker, and trainer, and he's been talking on the topic um, leadership and vision boarding. And Conrad has really added so much content to us tonight. I want to salute you. I want to say that I'm so proud of you. You're someone that is
Thank you
going
so much, sir.
someplace, and I like your spirit. You have an authentic spirit and a lot of humility uh, to go alongside with it. Because these things, uh, we need to
Thank
we
you
need
so
to
much, sir.
we need to salute one another. I mean, I'm getting a lot of feedback. Some are saying, "Wow, this is awesome." Salome, one of my mentees, is saying opportunities come my way when I take little steps on a daily basis along the path of vision.
It's along
She also says that we have to see, you know, uh, the same
yeah.
lady is also saying write down your vision and it helps your imagination, you know. So there's
Yeah,
quite, we also have Odemi Olaiwole, my friend from Jos. He says leaders
yeah,
are good
I know
listeners.
him.
Yeah, he's a massive John Maxwell coach. I mean, he's adding value all over the
Yeah.
place. Says leaders learn to work with
I
diversity.
I'm also inspired with him. I see his value over the place. I salute you, sir.
Yeah, yeah. And also it says the vision board also helps
Thank you so much. Thank you
to
so
stay
much.
motivated. So you can see that people are really
Stay motivated.
reinforcing what you're saying. Vision boards helps us to stay focused. It helps us to stay motivated. Good. So what are the consequences of a leader? Uh, not not adopting a vision board as part of the strategy?
Not having a vision board.
Yeah.
Actually, there are consequences. Not having a vision board, I won't say there are direct consequences for not having a vision board, but
Okay.
there are consequences for not having a vision. A
Okay.
vision board is a tool that helps you paint the picture in a physical form so that I can see it. Helps me stay intentional. You see, the law of intentionality say, life is already in motion. We have to start now. So it helps us stay intentionally have our eyes on that picture.
Yeah.
But the key thing is that a leader must have a vision. Right now, at the beginning phase, we must be clear about the vision. A very clear vision. It must be clear, not a vague or generic vision. It has to be clear. It has to be clear. People say, for example, I want to lose weight. I want to be a millionaire. No, how much do you want to have? By when? What weight? What weight do you want to achieve in the next? By when? It has to be clear. What's the color? You have to paint pictures. It has to be as clear as possible. And vision board helps you get something clear because when you have a picture shows you a destination. A picture has colors to it. A picture has something at the point. When there's a way, just like that, you will know when you see if you like a goosey soup, and you see a goosey soup in a picture, very clear. Sometimes you start all of a sudden you feel like you are perceiving the aroma of a goosey soup. You agree with me? Sometimes somebody yawns,
I do.
like if I should yawn here, somebody might start yawning over there because pictures inspire activities and it's very key.
Wow.
I
Wow.
think
Wow.
so. Leaders that don't have this, there are consequences for not having vision. And number one, the Bible says, where there's no vision, the people perish. So it means we are going to expect stagnation. We are going to expect, frustration. We are going to, experience people are not going to follow you because they have nothing to buy into.
Mm.
Uh, um, those are some things that the consequences of not having a vision, which a vision board helps you to have a physical representation of.
Wow. Wow. So
The
we must always think in pictures.
Yes, sir. In fact,
Wow.
that's how
Wow.
we think as human beings. As
Wow.
human beings. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. I've been speaking with Conrad. Conrad is my fellow GMT coach, speaker, and trainer on the John Maxwell team, and he's been speaking to us about leadership and vision boarding. Now, what are the strategies that can be adopted? Very quickly, three things that one can do to actually create one vision board in the next 24 hours.
In the next 24 hours, for somebody that hasn't set their goals already, it starts from, like I said, you have to set your goals first of all. But if you have set your goals, it's as easy as possible. Go, you have online, you have pictures. I mean, today you can use Photoshop and Photoshop some things. I mean, you want to write a book, put a picture. I tell you, last year, sometime I hadn't been certified in John Maxwell team. There were so many
Yeah.
reasons, but I really wanted to get that certification. I've been there, so for some reason I couldn't. I was denied the visa, and like I shared with you, so,
Yeah. Several times. Yeah.
and I wanted it badly, and I had it on my vision board app on my phone actually. And I just brought pictures together, pictures of a life event, pictures of the stage, and I just attached with my Canva. I attached my picture by the side. I wrote on the side, Conrad Kenechu Akaba, certified John Maxwell team member.
Wow.
And just I wrote it, and some other things I wrote down. That's an example. And things started happening. Things started happening. I pursued. I started, when the opportunity for the virtual IMC came up, you know, there were so many reasons why it couldn't happen for me too, you know, and but I insisted, and all of a sudden, so many opportunities opened up as I kept persisting. I know so many back and forth emails I had to write, and at the end of the day, it was a reality for me.
Wow.
And that inspired me so much. And so many things I wanted to achieve last year that I had a vision board, I had written down, and and I kept reading them from time to time. Those things were very critical. So I'll advise somebody, look for pictures, Photoshop pictures, get things together. Anything that you want to travel somewhere, you didn't get a picture of the country, get a picture of something, put it together. You want to go to a particular university, get those things and put it together and see it, affirm it, and take steps that can take you towards that. Cut them out. You can put them on anything. You can put them on any surface. You can put them on a flat surface. You can put them on a paper. You can glue it. You can get a frame it. Anyhow you want to do it. You can put it on a teacup, like you can brand it on your teacup and have it as a vision board. You can put it on anything around you. You can today you can do your phone casing with anything, print it on it, and
Wow,
it's
wow,
a vision
wow,
board.
wow.
For your
Now
page
this
can be a
this
vision board.
this is amazing, because although
Yes,
I
sir.
mean I've never done a vision board before, but I actually feed my eyes, with so much of information as to where I'm
Yes,
headed,
sir.
what I want to see. I mean, in terms of whether goal setting, I begin to look into that direction, get a lot of material
Okay.
information, would you say that is vision boarding as well?
Yes, I will
Is
call it as well vision board. Yeah,
okay,
yes.
okay. So it's not
Anything that
until
helps you see.
okay. So it's not
Yes.
until you cut
Yeah.
pieces of paper and stick it on your wall.
No, no, it's not only that. It's not only that. As long anything that helps you have a picture of where you are going to, fresh in your mind, my just I'll call it vision board. I mean,
Wow,
any way it
wow,
works for you,
wow, wow,
I'll call
wow,
out this it called vision board.
wow,
I will
wow.
tell you, I was listening to podcast. I was listening to podcast from the Ziegler Show, and one of the presenters asked the question: If I come into your space, if I come into your space or environment, will I be able to know where you are headed to?
Wow.
And I also see that as another level of vision boarding because when I come around you, I should know what you are focused on. When I feel the books around you, what you do. And John Maxwell says it this way: give me 21 4 hours with somebody. Let me visit you and stay 24 hours with you and watch what you do. And I watch you, I will be able to tell at the end of the day where you are going to.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you mean you can determine where someone is headed to just by hanging around the person for a few hours
Yes. Staying in the environment, if you're somebody going
without
somewhere, the books you read should tell me where you're going to. The kind of relationships you hang around should give me a picture of where you're going to. The words you speak should give me a picture of where you're going to. And yeah, that's really describes it.
wow, wow, wow. So it's about what you see, it's about what you keep on seeing, you know.
Yes, sir.
So we need to be careful about what we see all the time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's
Wow,
very
wow,
critical that when
wow,
we have a picture where we are going, we have to fight against every contrary picture, any picture that contradicts that destination. That's why we have
wow.
to be careful about the kind of news we let in, the kind of movies we see, the kind of environments we hang out, and the information we let in, the kind of books we read. It's very critical. Yeah.
Amazing. Now, I just want you to speak to, children in their formative years, a lot of children, the ages between 4 and 6, you know,
Okay.
um, they're very creative at that point. Some children begin to draw cut cardboards and begin to, put things
Yeah.
together. What can you do
Yeah.
to, encourage children, to begin to think in pictures? I mean, and as they think in pictures, bring it to reality. What can you do? Can you have you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
even
One
with
of the
this
things.
lockdown, even with this
Yeah.
lockdown, there's social
Yeah.
distancing. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, sometimes children talk about things that they dream. They tell you, okay, for example, your child might tell you, "I want this, I desire this." As a person of faith, I learned to help them, tell them, point them to God, and tell them, put it in prayer, and He supplies our needs according to His riches in glory. put it in prayer first of all. Let's put it in prayer first, and then when we put it in prayer, we ask them, can you put that in drawing? Can you paint a picture of where you want to be? Can you find a picture that describes what you want, and maybe put it on your wall, put it in your wardrobe, and when you put it there, begin to learn to see that picture, that creative ability, that drawing. Help them if they love drawing. Help them to draw. To actually, some of the toys, some of these things like these puzzles are some of good things that help people, children put it, because it's big picture. It helps you. There's a big picture we have, and it's scattered, and you begin to make, inspire the
Put
children
it together.
to put this
Yeah.
together. And when they put it together, they'll be able to see the big picture in reality. And those are some of the things we can do with our children. Encourage drawing by, encourage them with drawing materials. I mean, and I believe that's why it's in some of the developed countries, they at the formative stages, they encourage children with toys, with things more than feeding them so much information, like kind of help them get more creative.
Wow, amazing. How about videos? Videos. What does I mean? Uh,
Videos are
even as
good.
a speaker, what does
Yeah,
when you use videos to illustrate, what does it do for your audience?
we know that. You and I know that people don't forget videos. People don't forget live illustrations. People don't forget. They might forget everything you said, but anything you can be able to create a picture of stays. That's why stories are powerful, because when a story is well said, people, you take people on a real journey through a story,
Mm,
and that makes them see what you see,
mm,
perceive what you perceive. They are in that picture, and that picture sticks.
mm.
Yes.
Wow, wow. I mean, I can attest to that because there's a movie called Facing the Giants, Facing the Giants,
Oh,
and I've been privileged to you know um, show that the a short clip of that video to my
okay.
participants in sessions that I've done. I've used that video almost about 100 times, and I find out that
Wow.
yeah, it's about a football coach, inspiring his
Yeah,
team to win, and and it's such an amazing film. But that clip,
I know that.
anytime I show the clip, in fact, there was a session that I had that one of these students there, I mean the participants, he broke down and he wept. He
Wow.
wept uncontrollably. Yeah, I mean, it was in it- you know um, a very unusual setting, just about 100 people, and this guy
Yeah.
was the only one that was weeping. He,
Wow.
they kept on consoling him. Just from
Uh-huh.
that video, there were some scenes that he saw, and
Yeah.
it reminded him. And at the end of the session, he came towards me and just hugged me and embraced me, said thank you for
Wow.
showing. I don't know what he had gone through, but that
Yeah.
short video, yeah, yeah. Can you speak to that? The power of videos, even in communicating.
We can't we can't overemphasize the power of videos. We can't overemphasize the power of pictures, the power of what people can see.
Wow.
See, Jesus was a great communicator,
Mm,
very great one.
mm,
You can, when you read, he always talked in parables. See, I believe there was no television, technology hadn't advanced to that level at that time.
mm, mm.
But he always tried to speak and communicate through pictures. And when you look at the top communicators in the world, pictures. Sometimes when you listen to them, it's not like everything they say is like out of this world, but the ability to bring their information in a pictorial form is the thing that connects people emotionally, because
Wow.
pictures connect people emotionally, and
Wow.
that's where we people buy in. That's when it empowers for us in sales, because we are all into sales in one way or the other. Our ability to get people to see determines whether they can buy in. It's very critical, sir. It's very critical, sir.
Wow, wow,
Pictures, movies, videos, they are powerful tools.
wow,
Just like
amazing.
the vision board is.
Amazing. I've had a swell
Yeah.
time tonight. I just want to
Thank
salute
you
you,
so
sir,
much.
because of depth of your knowledge. You are very, very deep in this area, and you've shown your expertise. And the fact that you're showing up even at a time like this, where the world is
Thank
just going through, you know, a bit of what you could call a turbulence right now. And
you. Yes,
even
sir.
those who were leading before, there's we find that people are getting overwhelmed. Some people can't even see beyond a month. There's a lot of discouragement. People are getting depressed. But you are showing
Yes,
up
sir.
at a time like this and saying we can tweak what we see. We can begin
Yes, sir.
to create our own, vision boards and begin to, you know, new things will begin to emerge. I
Yes,
just
sir.
want to, so we should begin to think in pictures,
Yes, sir.
and begin to see
Yes.
so that we can have the right perspective.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying, sir?
Yes, yes, sir. We actually being start thinking pictures. We are actually wired to think in pictures. It's not that sometimes we are not that intentional to utilize that quality that has been given to us by God. The imagination of a man is one of the faculties of our intellect, and it's very critical that we use that part. It's a tool God has gifted us with that when we use it appropriately and effectively, we'll be able to walk into the dreams that and purposes that we have been designed and called to do.
Wow,
That is very, very critical. So
wow,
we can think
wow,
like now. I can give an example. If I say something like this, a dog, big dog. Everybody here is just seeing a dog. Somehow in our imagination we see a dog. When I say a big black dog,
wow,
possibly most of us are seeing are beginning to see something like maybe a Rottweiler. Most of
wow,
them are black. And then when I see a big black limping dog, you see it's how we are wired. That's how we think. And when we begin to utilize that gift that we have,
mm,
we'll be able to achieve more.
wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much. We've been listening to Conrad. Conrad is a John Maxwell certified coach, speaker, and trainer. Is based in the city of Abuja. That's in Nigeria. Is an awesome, awesome gentleman. Is a man that speaks so many languages. How many languages do you speak, sir?
Yeah, I just internationally I speak German and locally I speak Igbo and I speak English. I've not
Wow, wow,
I've
wow,
not really yeah, those are the languages I speak.
wow, wow. So you have an extra language apart from English language.
Yes,
So
apart from English.
okay. So do you communicate in German language as well? Do you communicate?
Yes, I do. I do
Okay.
communicate in German language. And just let me take us back to learning the language. I remember when I was there, the old woman I was living with told me this. He said, the day you begin to dream in German, that's when you learn German. That,
Wow.
that's when it really drops in. And
Wow.
that's very critical. And at a point, I began to think in that language. And I started it by saturating my environment with it. I just watch, read. I love football. I like football. So I'll read my favorite team in German language, their website. I will put on the news of German language. I don't really understand everything, but I got to do. So I saturated to myself to a point where in my imagination I could see myself speak the language. I could think in the language. And when I hit that point, the flow, I
Wow.
entered that place where they, I begin to function automatically in the language. And that's the same thing about building a business. That's the same thing about leading. That's the same thing about attracting the things we desire. It's about getting to a point where we feed ourselves with that idea. When we feed ourselves so much with that picture that from inside outside we begin to get creative ideas
Mm,
and
mm.
of steps to take, of things to do, of things to say, of people to meet, and we begin to see that we begin to move closer to the results we want.
Wow. 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 Amazing. We've had a wonderful time with Conrad. Now, Conrad, I know that you didn't just show up like this. There must have been some experience, I mean, in terms of tutelage that you've gone through? Who are your mentors? Who are the people that speak into your life and have guided you thus far?
Yes, sir. When I in my journey when I started, I have faith mentors, people that mentored me in faith, and one of them is Kenneth E. Hagin.
Okay.
Kenneth Copeland has been an inspiration to me. Amazing, I've gone through Bible training school in Rema Bible Training Center in Abuja here, 2 full year course, and then John Maxwell. That was where I got connected with John Maxwell because we had a very course in our societal leadership stream about becoming a people person, and one of the books we used was John Maxwell's book on becoming a people person, and that book was so inspiring. And I've heard about John before, but that in that material, I begin to find, wow, this is somebody doing what I would love to do.
Mm,
And that was where it started. That was my connection with John Maxwell. That was how it started, and that I took the step to join the John Maxwell team, and that has been the journey. I have other people I read, other people I study, but these people are very very near to my heart. I learn from everybody. I learn from you a lot, sir. I will tell you the truth. I will tell you
mm,
the truth. I learn from a lot from you. You've inspired me so much. You've
mm,
encouraged me so much. I remember there are times that I was down, but you kept speaking those words of encouragement. When you come to Abuja, you say you are here. I'll come. We hang out. We meet,
mm,
and those words. And I will tell you, sir, you called me the beginning of the year, and it was just from the blues, and you called me, and that call was powerful, that call was inspiring, and that call was encouraging, very encouraging. And 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 I tell you, that call has made me do some things even this year, last month, that I was afraid doing, you
mm.
know I want to salute you, and I want to appreciate you
Thanks,
for the
man.
privilege
Thanks.
to also be on your platform today. I thank you so much, sir, for it. And yes, I've been
Wow,
inspired by your
amazing. Amazing. I'm so humbled, very kind words, Conrad. I mean, we need one another,
yes,
and that's why the community that we belong to also matters. The John Maxwell
yes,
team communities is an amazing community. I've leveraged on the platform. I've spoken alongside with different people from different cultures, different backgrounds. You are from a different background from me, and I met you
yes,
through the John Maxwell team, and
yes,
we're showing up together at this time. You are adding value globally. There's quite a number of people that are going to be watching this in the replay, and
yes, sir.
amazing content you're giving us tonight on vision boarding. You said that leaders they think in pictures. You said that people do what they see. You also told us that we should keep on drawing pictures, watching videos, staying
Yeah,
motivated, staying ahead of the curve. We should not drop the ball. We should not be discouraged. And Conrad, I'm so sure that even after this session, there's going to be an explosion even in your career. I mean,
thank you.
John tells us that becoming a person of influence has to be intentional. You don't just wake up and you become a successful person.
Yeah,
You have to just
yeah,
leave your comfort zone and go into your strength zone, because I know you had to prepare to come out tonight to add value. And I'm just so thankful. Uh, with
thank you
the
so
kind
much.
of energy that you've dropped here tonight. So, in a few words, in 30 seconds, can you just what would you like to part with? What would you like to say to those who are listening and are going to be listening in the replay? You know, concerning leadership and vision boarding.
Yeah, I would like to say a very big thank you to everyone that is listening and that will listen to this replay. I want to appreciate you. And one thing I want to encourage you with is to keep pressing on. The obstacles will come, challenges will come, things will happen that will tell you that where the picture you've seen is not a possibility, but your ability to persist and press on will get you to where you are going, because your
Wow.
dream is not from you. It has a source, and the source is God. And when He's backing that dream, He's surely going to bring it to pass. And one of the laws of growth is a lot of pain. So pains are going to come along the way, but we should learn to embrace those pains and grow through the process.
Mm,
Pains empower us to grow beyond where we are. So we
mm,
should learn to embrace pains. You are going to
mm.
see the picture, you are going to face challenges, but you are going to come out the victorious one. Thank you so
Wow.
much. Mm.
Wow, wow, wow. Conrad, amazing, amazing listening to you tonight. On behalf
Thank
of
you.
myself and Conrad, we just want to thank those of us that have tuned in and stayed thus far. We want to let you know that we appreciate your followership, and we hope we've been able to add some value even at this time. We've been speaking on leadership and vision boarding. Um, one of the things I've learned tonight is that I should think more in pictures. I should continue to think more in pictures. Leaders are painters. Leaders are very creative, and so
Yes.
the more we think in pictures, the more things will begin to happen. So, once again, have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday evening, and
Thank you
till
so much.
next time, have a great evening. Thank you so much.
You too, sir. You too, sir.
Uh,
I appreciate
all
that.
all right.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye, sir.